Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is the Friday of the last 10 days. Last night was Friday night. It was the 21st night of Ramadan, making it an odd night. It was good for us to have made a special effort that night, because the odd nights are the nights in which the Prophet ﷺ had said that Laylatul Qadr would be. And reality, of course, is that the odd nights sometimes turn out to be even nights, and even nights turn out to be odd nights because we started the fast one day earlier, one day late, or whatever. So really, actually, we should be making the effort every night. Don't just follow the crowd like sheep and come pouring in on the odd nights, and then the other nights the masjids are virtually empty. The idea is to be striving every night. Maybe you can put extra effort for the odd nights, but every night during Ramadan we should be striving to worship, additionally to get as much reward as possible, the reward of being awake all night in prayer. Noting, of course, that the Taraweeh that we were doing earlier, what we are now calling Qiyaam, is just the Taraweeh at a later point. And note that Taraweeh and Qiyaam are just really Tahajud. We've given them different names in Ramadan, but really they're one and the same thing. Anyway, the Prophet ﷺ had said that the best prayer is Salatul Fajr in Jama'ah on Friday. Well, for some of us, one half of the world, it's gone. If we didn't catch it, we lost it. Well, there's another Friday coming up before the end of the month, so you can pick that up then. For those in the other part of the world for who Fajr is coming up yet, then strive to catch the Fajr prayer Friday in Jama'ah, in congregation, in the masjid. The Prophet ﷺ had also encouraged us to make salawat, to say Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallayta ala ali Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid, or whatever version of it one does. Where basically we're asking Allah to bless Prophet Muhammad ﷺ as he blessed Prophet Abraham. And this can be done anywhere, because Prophet ﷺ had said in authentic hadith that you can give salams to me anywhere, Allah will have it come to me. So there's no need for us to tell people, for example, we're going to Medina. When you go to Medina, please give special salams to Prophet Muhammad ﷺ for them. Not necessary, because whether you give it where you are, you go to Medina and you do it, it's the same relative to the Prophet ﷺ. And the Prophet ﷺ had also said, about one who dies on Friday night or Friday during the day, that such a person, obviously a believer, having good faith, acceptable faith to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, such a person Allah would protect from the trials of the grave. So death on Friday is a good sign if the person was a good person, and as we said, the people around him pray for him or her, and this is also a sign of a good ending. So it has value, Friday. not to say that we should be trying our best to die on Friday. Whenever Allah chooses that our time has come is when it has come. And, there's no point in trying to delay things, or because you can't delay it or speed it up. You can't speed it up. It's gonna happen when it was destined to happen. And the other thing that the Prophet ﷺ had said, and this is recorded in Sahih Muslim, that if a person prays Isha in Jama'ah, they get the reward of praying half the night. And if they pray Fajr in Jama'ah, they get the reward of the whole night. So we should try our best to catch those prayers, Fajr and Isha, in the masjid. Because people usually get tired at night, they want to stay home instead of going to the masjid. For males, of course, it's highly recommended, if not obligatory, as held by some scholars. And Fajr in the masjid is also something we should strive to achieve and make it a part of our daily life. I mean, when we start off the day with Fajr in the masjid, we've started off the day in the best possible foot. And that's what we want to be doing on a regular basis. And of course, reading Surah Al-Kahf on Friday is also strongly recommended, every Friday. And from Friday to Friday, it also erases sins in between. So we should strive our best to make that Friday prayer a good prayer, catch the prayer on time, not go there late, and the Imam is already getting set for the actual Salah. We missed out on the khutbah. Although it's not obligatory, prayer is still good. To catch the khutbah is better. And even if you think you've heard it all before, there's always something that you can learn. So, inshallah, may Allah accept our Friday, the first Friday of Ramadan, and accept our fast as a fast that should be the first Friday of the last 10 days and nights of Ramadan, because the first Friday went 20 days ago, in that early stage. So inshallah, barakallah fikum, may Allah accept your prayers and fasts, and i'tikaf, as we stressed in the previous advice. Try to spend some time in the masjid, if not the whole 10 days and nights. Then try for 5 or 3, and minimum, as I said before, is 1. Don't get into this half an hour or 1 hour you're going to spend in the masjid and say you're in i'tikaf. Really, though people may argue it from a linguistic perspective and all these other kinds of things, it's not worth getting into that argument. Don't do anything less than a day. Otherwise, you're just visiting the masjid. That's all you do. You're not doing i'tikaf. You are just visiting. So, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.